How is it going? Waiting for the trolls to show up. To carry all my garbage over here. Wearing my headset because microphone on this HD webcam really sucks. I think for $65 you get a decent microphone. That's not the case. Very disappointing. Okay. Wish I could see my screen from here. Alright, since I haven't decided on a color, let's start with the skin. See what I can do here. And yeah, if you have a problem with me using Crayola, well, I do have a Prismacolor set, so I may end up digging that out if I need some deeper colors here. But chances are I won't. Where's that bloody peach color? None of these are peach. Got sand. Where's the freaking peach? Is this the peach? That's the peach. Let me darken it up a little bit. And if things go like they usually do, I'm probably not even going to get anybody in here, but you know, I said I was going to stream, so hell, I'm going to stream something. Just taking a break from my 3D stuff. I've done a lot of 3D stuff over the past 2 weeks. An insane amount of 3D stuff. So let's see how this looks. Just kind of throwing stuff around here. This particular book doesn't have any perforated pages. I don't know why, but it doesn't. Just does not. And the paper's a lot smoother than the other one I have here. So you really can't lay down a whole lot of color. It does okay, but you can maybe for the next one I'll pull out the Prismacolor, or at least the skin. If anybody shows up, welcome. Stuff is so light, it's hard to see, even with all the lights on that I have in this room. What they should call this color, instead of peach, is pale skin tone. I should just call it pale skin tone. But I'm gonna add something on top of this, so. Yeah, I figure when I get done with this, I'll show you some of the stuff I did last night. I had a commission come in, so well, I didn't really want to do that last night either. All the 3D stuff I've been doing. So now, I'll just get it over with. I got paid for it, so I'll get it done instead of putting it off. Figured I'll just get it done. Came out pretty good. It's another new character, and for some reason she's actually based on a famous cosplayer who I will not mention because I actually don't like her very much. She's very famous, so you can take a guess as to who that might be. What was kind of suggested or hinted at was like a younger version of her. So I'm like, well, okay, I can do it. Grabbed a couple of photos for reference and worked on it for about, oh, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. And then put together a couple of real simple scenes. It's not much, but does help support the hobby. This particular person that I've been doing this stuff for, I made 2 other vampires and a succubus for. Are actually part of an ongoing story that he has. He'll hire artists to kind of help him tell a story. And he picked me one day, months ago, and said, "Sure, I'll do it." So it'll be my 3rd character for him. This is kind of a maid outfit, but let's see, I've been doing a lot of like blue and purple hair and stuff like that. Just give her some red hair. That might be the time to pull out the Prismacolors. Hello, Jared's Bread. Hi. If you're looking for something earth-shattering, I apologize for that. I'm just doing something really chill right now because I'm taking a break with the 3D stuff. I'm just playing. I'm literally playing with Crayola. Partly because the Prismacolors are like over $1 a piece. I got you know what? My tripod is right in the way of that drawer. We had to move this. I think I'm gonna end up pulling out Prismacolors for some of this stuff. So just bear with me for a second here. See, I got everything. I got pens, Prismacolors, I got chalks and all kinds of stuff. Half the stuff I haven't even used yet, but it's kind of when I had an urge to learn all kinds of illustration stuff. But then the 3D stuff kind of took off again. Let's see if I can get this lined up again here. Come on, get over there. Got that on autofocus. Let's looks okay. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna want some deep reds here, I think, for the hair. But you know, people don't stick around. I'm not gonna be surprised. It's not a super fancy stream or anything. I just said I was gonna probably stream on Sunday night, so just keeping to my word. And if it's just a color stream, then it's just a color stream, you know. Maybe I'll do something after, depending on how long this takes. Got back into drawing. You a hobbyist, I assume, like me, as far as illustration goes? But it's nice to do like new things once in a while. I've been doing the 3D thing for like hardcore 2 weeks, and you know, like I said, then Saturday I had that commission to come in, and I didn't really want to do it, but figured, yeah, I better just get it over with because I got paid for it. So, but glad you stuck around at least for a little bit here. We're still here. Again, welcome for showing up and watching this boring stream. Boring basically because I'm a pretty boring guy. I'm gonna do different shades of red here, so some kind of wacky thing going on here. That could be it could have drawn in a reflection, so maybe here I'll just kind of shade it in real light. And just kind of work a little bit as I go along. I never quite have an idea for what I want to do, so I just kind of start with stuff and then see how things go. You just draw just to do it. Yeah, that's pretty much how I am. Um, although like a lot of this stuff helps me when I'm doing post work after a rendering. So I have a graphics tablet too, and actually, since I work with the graphics tablet several times a week, this has actually helped me with this. So I'm gonna kind of try my hand at some gradients here. I'm just you know. So I want to let's see what we got here. Some magenta, mahogany, which looks almost the same. Some red. I think I'll well, I got a thing here to kind of test it all out. That's your Crayola mahogany. Let's see how this magenta is compared to that. This is going to be a little more more red here. So I think I'll end with mahogany. It's also this got 1, 2. Red orange is probably not going to use that. Kind of go for something similar to this here. Gosh, I can't see my screen. But I have blues and reds. Well, purples and reds are a little blue there, but they kind of fade into like green and blue there. I'm not going to change color that drastically. I'm just going to kind of lay this up here. I was watching another stream just a little bit earlier, and I asked the guy there if I should stream. He's like, "Oh, you do what you want." I was like, "Well, all I can think of right now is coloring. I don't want to do my 3D thing." He's like, "Oh, whatever you do, you're gonna be better than me." Oh, okay, whatever. Guy can play keyboards, so I can't do that. I think you need a little self-esteem. I know, that's it is what it is. It's fine. It looks like she has some kind of tails going on here. Losing my edge here on the pen already, on the pencil. Freak Bill, it's not a pen. Jesus. Yeah, about coloring and just to be clear, these are not my drawings here. I'm just using a coloring book. Um, it's just something to do. It's actually a really good practice to coloring. Just get a coloring book and not worry about stuff so much. But I pretty much always say that when I draw something, and then I get like this urge to color something. And I'll end up coloring it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't really like it that much. Like see here. Like this was actually the last thing that I drew. I was this was, geez, what, about 3 weeks ago or so? I have a 9-year-old niece, and we FaceTime a couple of times a month, and we were just drawing and stuff. So I just I grabbed one of my actually how-to drawing books, and I just kind of used it as a reference to kind of come up with this. And then I had all the lines down, and then I'm like, you know, maybe I'll ink this too, you know. While she was just like kind of doing her own thing, I just decided to go ahead and ink it. And I said, you know what, maybe I'll color it, you know. And it's just like I hadn't colored anything like this in a long time. But actually came out kind of good. Not great, but it's kind of, how do I say this? I mean, in 3D, I consider myself a professional. I'm not really a skilled modeler or anything, but I've been working in certain programs for a long time, and I get paid for creating characters and making rendering scenes and stuff like that. So I call myself a professional. So, but when you're doing something and you're not pro at it, but you're a pro at something else, you kind of sometimes you kind of feel a little rotten that you're not like awesome quality. When really all it takes is um, just some time and practice, really. I remember for a long time I was like, I can't draw a stick figure to save my life. There was a time when I couldn't, and I just kind of I got the bug, and I just decided to kind of work at it. And actually picked it up fairly quickly. This is I'm way outside the line here. This there's like no tip left to this thing. Hold on. I'll check chat here in a second. Yes, I do have drawings around. I could grab that stuff too. I actually kind of thought about doing that anyway. And they're not, they're not like awesome quality, but I had a lot of fun doing this stuff. Well, I'll go ahead and grab stuff. Why not? This is just a chill stream. I may have to crawl over to got my headset on and it's got like a 6-foot cord on it. But let's see what I can dig up. Let's see what I can dig up here. Knocking a camera around and all kinds of crap here. I don't have any room. I got like this one wall that has my drawing table and my computer desk, and it's taken up the whole wall. So kind of live in a box here, I guess, in a way. Just a 2-bedroom apartment, living with some other dude. But these are my friend's drawings here, but I just drew a minion for fun a few months ago. So this is kind of like, you check here. Let's see if there's okay, I don't see any reflection coming off of there. That's good. It's viewable. It's viewable. Should get like I could actually hang one of my monitors up here like on the wall or something, but I don't know. So I started a few years ago, and really I think I only draw like maybe half a dozen times a year or so. And this stuff all came out of like how to draw books. This is like some of this first stuff that I was starting with. This one came out okay, but I don't know why it did that spike coming out of her hair, you know. Kind of started out looking like aliens, but this is my first hand illustration here, which came out okay, I guess. And I tried to draw one of my 3D characters. I printed up a copy of this rendering that I did like 4 years ago, and then just tried to draw that from reference. So again, the body came out okay, but her head, I have a lot of trouble with heads. But this was something that I pulled it like off of Google or something, and tried to just kind of do my own thing with it, not really knowing what the hell I'm doing. If you recognize this, this is the stuff that I used to do. I'm pretty good. Well, thank you. I don't think I am, but again, since I'm on a professional level in other things, I'm a little tough on myself. Well, I'm always tough on myself, but for that kind of stuff, yeah. But when I was in high school, I drew a lot of stuff like this, old anime, mecha and stuff. I would uh, I would draw them on my book covers, and then people go, "Oh my God, look at that! It's so cool." I'd be like, "Oh, okay." I'm very hard on myself. Very hard on myself. And everything that you see here is like comes from a reference, from some kind of reference picture or whatever. So, this is a little out of proportion, but it was okay. This one came out a little bit better. I'm pretty good with clothing, but I don't know what it is with faces and heads. I just have a hard time with them, you know. It gets a little out of proportion too, but I did some eye studies, different kinds of eyes. I like this one down here on the bottom the best. I think that came out really cool. And this is my first Yoshi attempt here. So I decided I was gonna draw a scene around Yoshi. And I said, well, I gotta learn how to draw Yoshi first. So I just kind of, again, I printed up pictures of Yoshi and I just started drawing, draw the head. I was like, oh, okay, so really it's a bunch of circles. And then I went ahead and did that. So this is available on my DeviantArt in case you want to print it up and color it. It's like I'm Lakitu here, and Yoshi's kind of doing a little thing there, and the hills have eyes and all that kind of stuff. This was a lot of fun. This took a couple of hours. And a friend of mine one time said on Facebook, "Hey, why don't you draw me a block of cheese?" I was like, "A block of cheese? Really?" Like, yeah, draw a block of cheese with a face on it. I'm like, okay, so I did. And this is probably my favorite one here. I'll grab the reference real quick just to kind of give you a little perspective. Where is that book? Where is that book? I don't even know what page it's on. Have to bear with me. Just bear with me. She's in here somewhere. This is a very good book, by the way. Girl Illustrated. There's some incredible anime artwork in here. Just like really, really good stuff. But what do you know? It's right here. This is the reference I used right here. So I just did a simplified version of it. So again, this is my favorite one here. I just followed the basic lines and kind of laid stuff down, and then I decided to color it and had a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun with that one. Same friend asked me one time draw a dog, so I just happened to have kind of a cartoon dog reference, and I just went along with that there. If you say you're not good, you're gonna think my drawings are trash. Let me tell you something, okay? When I say that there was a point in time where I couldn't draw a stick figure to save my life, I really couldn't. I couldn't. I could barely. In fact, even now, like if I'm just gonna like lay something out on paper as like a concept to go work on something else, or let's say I draw it out on GIMP, just to kind of. I do that sometimes if I'm trying to figure out a pose for a character or something. I still can't draw stick figures. I can't. But I don't think anybody's drawings are trash unless, how do I say this? Like, if you only draw occasionally, and okay, if I can tell what it is, I'm not necessarily going to say it's trash. Now, if you've been drawing every day for 10 years and you're at the same level, well, I guess so, but I don't actually come out and say anybody's drawings are trash. It has to be really, really, really bad for me to even think of saying that. I don't like doing that. But I know you're kidding. But and my best friend's kid a few years back. Again, we were going through um, just like how to draw guides and stuff like that. And we were just like, sitting in a sunroom and just kind of flipping through stuff. And I said, "Here, pick something out in the book for me to draw." He's like, "All right." So he picked this. I was like, "That's the hardest drawing in the book." Well, 3 hours later, I had the lines down. And then when I got home from that vacation, I decided to shade it in. And again, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've seen enough stuff to kind of figure stuff out. This was a lot of fun here. So some of these are different kinds of paper too. Some of these are thicker. I have all kinds of paper just kind of try out stuff. But this was a lot of fun, and this was a lot of fun too. Tried out some markers here and there. Again, a little out of proportion here and stuff, and the face is really basic, but I do clothing really well. This was I don't remember what kind of picture this originally was. I think it had something to do with like it was a guy and a girl, and they were each holding like a hatchet, like kind of behind the other one's back or something like that. So a friend of mine asked me if I could do something like that but instead using like racing helmets. I'm like, well, okay. And actually, it was really fast, but I don't know. I figured she was going to use it for a design of hers, and she just never used it. So, and this is actually another. This is based off another rendering that I did, and again, the face is meh, but the clothing comes out pretty good, and the body's fairly proportional. This was a lot of fun, but again, I always try. This is a lot of the stuff I said comes out of how to draw books, and it came out okay. Again, the clothing. I do really well with clothing, and you probably recognize who that is. So if you're into this stuff at all, you know who that is. That's pretty much it that I have on hand, other than two really good ones that I did that I actually hung up. So let's see if I can get that too. Just bear with me here. Some kind of. Let's work our way up and see if this focuses here. Yeah, you can see those pretty well. So, if you're familiar with Mark Crilly, I have all three of his how-to draw books. I'm not as much of a fan of his as I used to be, but I still watch the occasional video, and like I said, I have his books and stuff. So, but the one on the left, came out of his book. They used it as reference. I just kind of used my own colors, and it's a reasonable copy of it. But the one to the right, um, I took like a hairstyle out of some other book, and it kind of made some of it my own. It did my own eyes and stuff like that. But there's like one of his chibi drawings that he did in one of his how-to books. So those two I have hanging up. And there was something I drew a couple of years ago that I gave to somebody. I don't even remember what the heck it was, but let's mosey on back over to that was one that I drew a few weeks ago. And I have other stuff that I drew that I put up on like Facebook and DeviantArt and stuff. Like there was one that I drew last year with my niece, and she has that one. I took a picture of it, but I'd have to swap some stuff around to show that one. But it's a nice diversion from some of the other stuff that I do. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Seriously. 'Cause here's the thing, okay? They are good. They are good. I don't like to say they're good, and that's kind of because I know I can do better than that, but I also know to do better than that, I have to do more of it. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I got to do a lot of it, in order to get really good at it and get kind of a natural thing going and have my own style and that kind of thing. So that's the thing. I'm very hard on myself, and I know I can do better. Since I kind of proved to myself and to other people that I can do more than draw like simple stick figures or whatever. I'm like, I can really, if I work hard enough at this, I can really do it. And it's kind of been like the thing that I've really wanted to get into. But then I started the 3D because I couldn't draw figures. So I did that for quite a while. And then when I figured out that I can draw figures if I use enough suitable reference. And I think actually the 3D stuff helped a lot with that. I learned proportions and other things along the way. So in a way, that stuff is complementary. Also, I got here just crimson red. I think I'll do crimson red in here. Just a little bit. Just kind of add a little bit of color here. I still haven't decided what color outfit she's gonna have here. But let's see. I got a Prismacolor black in here somewhere. Yes, there's a black one. You're interested to get extra time to put my drawings on Instagram, Breezy Arts. Okay. Yeah, art and drawing is very subjective. Um, and on DeviantArt, I'm actually a founder of two different groups on DeviantArt, and there's stuff that I have to go through for approval process. Stuff that kind of turns my stomach, but at the same time, it's kind of a hard thing for me to deal with because there's like certain things that I don't want to see because it may make me look unprofessional. And I won't get into too much exactly what kind of art it is, but it's of an adult nature. And some of it kind of turns my stomach, but it's not, it's somebody else may really, really like it. So it's it's kind of tough to deal with something like that and try to be um, objective about other people's work, you know. But yeah, and the thing about art is, especially these days, like I don't know how old you are, but I'm a pretty old person to be on Twitch. And when I was in my teens, the internet wasn't even called the internet, and the only people using it were people, uh, computer majors in college. In fact, my roommate's a few years older than I am, and he was one of those guys. But it was really just, if you kind of kept to yourself, really nobody really saw it. Now you could post something somewhere, and you could just run into trolls, and it's it's something I never really thought would happen when I was a lot younger. But now I'm looking at the gun here, so just bear with me while I kind of get my crap together here. So I got all kinds of pencils here mixed around and stuff. Try to keep a little order here if I can. So I'm thinking about the gun. Thank you for the host, Drumboardist. That's awesome. So it appears you killed Gigas. Just like you set out to. I grabbed silver here. Silver might actually work. But thanks for the host. That's awesome. It's my first host, guys. It's my first host. It's very exciting. Let's see. There's a cool gray. Looks a little blue to me, but we'll go with that. What's this one here? That's the sand. But yeah. I mean, let me read that again. Just kind of see if I got the right context here. Art and drawing someone's opinion. One person can say it's really good. Others can say they're terrible. More people say they're good. It's probably a good drawing. I guess. But the thing is about that too, is the people who are going to criticize you tend to be a lot louder. Um, Gosh, do I have no other things that are like grayish? That's kind of. I thought I'd have more stuff than that. I have to dig out the Prismacolor again to just kind of do some shading here. Figure out what to do with this gun here. I just noticed there's not even a trigger on it. I don't see any trigger on this gun. How does that even work? I just noticed that. The gun looks really nice, but it has no freaking trigger on it. How do you... Osmosis? I don't know. I don't know. How do I shade this thing? How am I gonna shade this thing? Actually, just gonna kind of darken this stuff up here first. I don't even know if the camera's picking it up right now. If I'm in the way, just let me know and I'll move the camera or move myself. Gosh, I don't even know if I'm dropping frames. Seat of my pants here. But, yeah, I was the same way with my 3D art. I started in like December of 2006. And my original goal was just to make wallpapers for my own computer. And I remember the first person outside of myself that actually saw this stuff was a Comcast technician. Or was it? God, it might not have even been a Comcast technician. It might have been when I had DSL. I mean, we're talking close to like we're talking 10 years here or so. And I remember he was running some kind of speed test, and it wasn't speedtest.net, it was like whatever we were using before that. and he's like kept staring at my wallpaper, but like didn't really say anything. I was really the first person outside of myself that saw that, and I didn't actually decide to start posting it until probably 6 months later, and I kind of kept it quiet for a while. And then a couple of years go by, and I decided, well, why don't I make this DeviantArt account? Because all the all the pro guys that I talk to are all like on there and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go do that. And I posted my first posting on DeviantArt was kind of a grieving gift, I guess you could say, to my in-laws. There's kind of a funny story behind getting that printed, but it took it took a long time for me to kind of feel confident enough to kind of show my work. And when people, for a while there too, wasn't very popular, but then I started joining these different groups and not Usenet groups. I keep thinking Usenet, but like forums and stuff like that of like-minded people, peers, stuff. And that's when it's really when the drama started. And then after the drama started, it kind of went inward a little bit again until I decided got a Facebook account and started running into people that I used to talk to like in high school and friends and stuff like that. And I was like, well, hey, I'm kind of like been doing this stuff for a couple of years, so what do you think of that? And it's kind of there really wasn't a whole lot of interest in it until I decided in 2011 that I was gonna like just take it seriously. But it took me a very, very long time to kind of warm up to the idea of showing people stuff. Check chat here. Okay. And while I do love to see what other people do, and I like to give encouragement wherever I can, as long as a person's open to it. Um, if you're like just kind of doing it for yourself, and that's cool. Just do it for yourself. Um, but the thing is, I thought that way myself for a very long time, and artists have egos, okay, and they need to be stroked. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. We have some very large egos, so I really don't know where I'm going with this gun, but let's just do it. That's kind of the way I look at things now. You know, if I if I like suck at something, I'll just be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll just do it. And if somebody says it's shitty, I'll just say, well, okay, you fucking try it. That's what happened with the jewelry, and that was a shocker because let's see. Here, okay. I like to hear what people have to say. Open to whatever people. Okay, that's a good attitude. And as you know, don't let the trolls kind of get at you and get you down. It 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 happened to me for a while. Um, if this doesn't drag on too long, I'll kind of get into get into like my own experience with trolls and just stuff like, and I can talk about it. It's just, well, you'd see there's like this girl on my screen that's just like constantly blinking at you. That's actually my most popular character in 3D. And there was a time when there were people that did not like that character, and they made it known on DeviantArt. And at certain points, I ran into enough drama that several times I thought about just kind of hanging it up. Like, it's not worth my time. But something inside me always kind of said, no, you got to keep on going. And kind of adopted this attitude that if somebody doesn't like something, the best way you can piss that person off is to make more of it. That's just kind of been my mantra with that. That this cool gray isn't really. It's got a bluish tint to it, but whenever and it's really warped too. How did that get past Q&A? I don't know. Where was I going with this? The trolling and stuff. I figure if somebody has a really hard time with what I'm doing, if I make more of it, and I notice this actually worked. I figured if I make more of it, eventually they're going to shut up and they're going to walk away because they're not going to be able to fight it. And it happened. It happened. And after a while, it got to be where there. How do I even get into this? Just you mind to tell me what you think? Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Absolutely. I have to remind myself to go into the chat and when I get done with all this stuff, I'm away from the computer, obviously. But yeah, I want to check it out. I want to check out your stuff, see what kind of stuff you're doing. I mean, I may come by, look at your stuff, and go, "Oh my God, I love this," you know. And I run across people like that all the time, where um, there's like this one girl out in, gosh, I don't remember where she's from, but I've commissioned her several times to draw my original characters, and she has somewhat of a hard time with trolls and people like just like, well, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? It's like she works full time and then she comes home and she has to do like 10 or 15 drawings for these people and stuff like that, and she'll get stressed out. But there are people that'll go to her and say this stuff sucks, and I'm like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Because I look at it as like, I basically hired you 3 times to draw my characters in your style, and I just love what you do. But it's always that one person. You could have 15 people singing you praise, and one person goes in and digs a little knife into your back, and then it's like it just ruins your whole fucking day, you know? It's a struggle that we all go through. Continue to go through. I could be I could be working for friggin' Pixar, and there'll still be people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, this stuff sucks." It's like, you're just there to get a rise out of me. But see, that's it's not too bad, I guess. The shading gun. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really have much of a technique, or I don't really know where a lot of this stuff is supposed to go, but I just kind of go with what looks good, and then, oh, okay, that actually kind of works, you know. But yeah, when I kind of get finished with this and kind of settle, kind of move back to where my desk is and stuff, and we just get to talking, I'll check out your Instagram thing, and 'cause I have an Instagram too, so I'll just say to heck with it, just add you, check out your stuff, and if there's something that really really catches my eye, I'll go ahead and leave a comment or whatever. We can link up on wherever you want, DeviantArt or whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, It looks pretty cool. The gun looks pretty cool. I still don't know what color I'm gonna do for this girl here. See, checking our chat and stuff. I don't know who's got a message here. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Did you send me a message, Nico? Are you here, Nico? I couldn't. I can't tell. I have the Twitch app open on my iPad, so I literally don't know what I'm doing here. Just coloring. What bloody color is she gonna have her outfit? I have no idea. If anybody out there has a suggestion, she's got red hair, she's got a gun, and I'm gonna have to put something down here. I have to put something down. Probably just make black shoes, I guess. So I'll do the black shoes, and maybe I'll do a little highlight or attempt a little highlight or something. It's gonna be somewhere in this area here, guessing. Just kind of stuff out. Got to remember to keep rotating this pen once in a while so that I can keep a nice sharp point on it. And I keep forgetting that. Because I'm a cheapskate. Although, truth be told, that 48-piece Prismacolor set I got on sale 50% off for like 40 something dollars. So they're not cheap. These Prismacolors are not cheap, but they lay down some really good color. But that's why I got the Crayolas. The Crayolas I got like a set of 50 for $6. So if I just want to mess around and do coloring like this, and I'm not really gonna, I might keep it, but I don't think it's anything to really like hang up a frame or whatever. This is just stuff to do, practicing and stuff like that. Even if it's just practicing hand motion, just chilling out. I use the Crayolas. Crayolas are actually really good. Some people will laugh and go, "Oh, those kid stuff." Well, you know what? That kid stuff actually works pretty good. The Crayola does anyway. Don't go to Walmart and get the cheap stuff over there. That stuff, the leads are very hard, and you're not going to get much color out of them. So use the Crayolas. They're cheap. You can go through them like water, and they actually put down good color. But let's see. So Instagram is personal. I just use it to post and share so others can see. That's cool. That's cool. Whatever works for you, you know. But let me just, I'll check. I'm just gonna write it down here just in case I kind of do a stupid and just like close everything up when I'm done and go, oh geez, what was that again? So. But I got that written down so I can check your stuff out when I get done here. I want to stay away from purple. Thinking like this part's gonna stay white here. Be this, so probably leave this stuff here white. This part, the apron. Do just lay a little black in here. Just a little bit. Give myself a tip again. But, you can never have enough of these black Prismacolors, man, I tell you. But I assume you're doing traditional illustration drawing? Because I don't. When I draw, it's usually traditional. I don't do a whole lot of stuff drawing, like from scratch, I guess you could say. I do a lot of post work and I do texturing of models, and sometimes I might have to paint some stuff in here and there, but not like a full digital illustration from start to finish. So I'm assuming you're traditional. Just get this down in here, then I'll go check chat. So I just saw something pop up. Never got into digital drawing. It's certainly different. I know it's different. It's a much different way of doing things unless you have like a 22-inch Cintiq or something. And gosh, who has money for that but a professional? Somebody who's doing that stuff every day, it can justify it. I cannot justify something like that. You actually need some red in here. Just lay a little bit in here without going Lucas on it. I'm thinking blue for her outfit here. Let's see what kind of shades of blue we got here. There's that's a violet, navy blue, some other blues. There are a lot of blues and blue-green shades in here. That's more of a greenish. This is the turquoise, I think. Green-blue. Well, that's what turquoise is green-blue. Well, there's more green and blue in it, but that's the Crayola black. We'll start with these. This is a good mix here. There's actually, which one of these is ultramarine in here? It's really good Prismacolor color for some really dark shades. Got violet blue, violet. Let's see, true blue. Those are pretty much like the ones I have out here for Crayola. But pencil and paper. Do you use a mechanical pencil or just like a regular pencil? I found that I like mechanical pencils a little bit more. I should probably sharpen that. Basically because otherwise I end up sharpening my pencil quite a lot to try to keep a tip going. Nice sharp tip on it. But I'll use either one. I just prefer mechanical. Yeah, it's really deep. It's a really deep blue. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what light blue looks like. Light blue is actually not that light blue, is it? Interesting. Bet you this is lighter. Sure is. Sky blue. Start with a sky blue. Just really faint to see how this goes. This is a very smooth paper, so you're not going to get a lot of color out of it, but it does layer pretty well. Yeah, just coloring stuff, it's a really chill thing to do. And I'm not into like patterns and stuff. So as far as that's concerned, it's very popular, but to me there doesn't really seem to be like a beginning or end to it. It's just like a constant, patterns are just kind of, patterns. I like to have like maybe I'll color a mech or a girl like this or something. Whereas I know there's a beginning and an end to it, if that makes any sense. Patterns are just patterns, you know. I used to do them a lot when I was a kid, but I would get bored of it pretty quickly. It's like no action, I guess, or something. Assuming that's not a bare waste, although in here probably is. Okay, I can't draw mechanical pencils, so my drawings really bother me. So you use like sketching pencils, I guess. You know, let me tell you, I have all kinds of pencils. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with. For me, it's just not that it's harder to use a pencil that you would have to sharpen once in a while, but for me anyway, with a mechanical pencil, there's I guess there's just like I guess maybe less thinking involved, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm conveying that correctly. Like just kind of using more energy, I guess, or something. I mean, there's a little bit more work involved with a mechanical. You start running out of lead. You just add a little bit more to it, and you can just keep going. It's like I can concentrate more on what I want to get on paper, but at the same time, if you're using like sketch pencils, you can get nice thick lines or you can get thin lines. You have that variation. With a mechanical pencil, you have to kind of, if you need a thicker line, you either have to get a mechanical pencil with a thicker lead or you have to go over that spot several times. So, and again, I don't draw a whole lot, so. And with my tablet, what I'll often do is like if I'm drawing something out, um, I go with something really light and I'll draw over it a whole bunch of times. But you know, again, it's a different kind of thing too. So, and also I like to ink my lines in a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, you know, it's whatever floats your boat. You can draw with whatever you want. I missed some more pieces of hair there. I'm really slacking. So I'm gonna cheat and just use like one of these reds. Searching for my non-existent sharp tip here on this Crayola. Yeah, that's the thing with the mechanicals. It's you have one constant thickness. That's like when I'm inking. You can see I have all kinds of stuff, but the most fun that I have with are these brush pens, right? And I don't quite have it down, but you can draw a nice thin line or a thicker line. And when I was at Michael's a few months ago, I saw the big brush pen. I was like, Mother of God, look at this thing. Look at this freaking thing. My God. Look at that. But it's so awesome. And I find myself using the brush tip about half the time when I'm laying down lines because it's a lot of fun. And I have to get that little technique down where, if you gotta have just the right pressure to, to get a certain thickness of line, but you can vary it too. But usually I'll take like a point 0.5 here for some lines, and if I need a thinner line, then I'll grab like a point 0.1 or a point 0.3 or something. They got like point 0.7s. I don't have any point 0.7s, but with that it's more work. Um, so there are benefits and drawbacks to everything. Absolutely. Do I use ultramarine yet? Not sure if I want to. It's the light. I'm gonna start with some light blue in here. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing here, but and the camera's probably not showing it too well. It's an HD camera, but yeah, I don't know. I really thought it would be a lot more awesome than it is. It's probably why it's being replaced. I have a 920. It's probably why it's been replaced with the 922 because that's a 60 FPS camera. This one I believe is 30, which for what I'm doing, it doesn't freaking matter. It really doesn't. Not showing a lot of motion and stuff like that. Usually it's just me sitting at a desk working on stuff on my tablet or in my 3D applications, Blender or whatever. So it doesn't need to be super, super fancy. Just enough so that it does good in low light and things like that. So and not really knowing where I'm going with it, but I'm just kind of laying a little color down here and there, emphasizing certain places. And I'm gonna put in a deeper color in here too. So probably this ultramarine. So you got the violet, blue. Here's the ultramarine. It's a nice deep shade. So you'll see the difference here. There's more purple in it, but I like doing this color stuff because then you can do neat little gradients and you can use color to do some shading and stuff like that. So it's a fun little practice kind of thing. Again, some people would probably say, "Oh, you're coloring from a coloring book." Ha 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 ha. I'll tell you what, it can be a lot of fun and it can be good practice. So it's stuff that you don't have to put the effort into drawing the stuff out first. I mean, if you're gonna really learn how to draw and be really good at it to where you might want to be paid for it at some point, you got to do it all, you know. But I'm not quite there yet. Kind of at a crossroads right now. I kinda want to get into concept work and stuff, but then there's the 3D stuff, and it's gotten fairly popular with a certain group of people. So there's that too. So I'm really not sure which way I want to go, whether I want to do concept work with 3D or with digital illustration or traditional, you know. And the traditional and digital can go hand in hand too. I know people that they'll start their work in traditional and then they'll scan it and then do some of their other work, like in Photoshop or something. Some really interesting workflows that I've seen people go with. But check chat here again. All right, cool. If you think the camera's fine, then it probably is. I have it set to autofocus too, and I was having trouble with that about a week or week and a half ago. But I was holding a lot of stuff up close to the camera, and sometimes it wouldn't jump back to its correct focus after a while. But I'll mess around with the gun a little more. I think I'm done with her dress. Let's see, this is gonna go here. Rest of Crayola's. Double check. These are all Crayola's. Crayola, Crayola, Crayola. All Crayolas. Maybe I'll leave out one of these darker, like the navy blue here for that. Coloring books, the color patterns. I don't color often, usually just drawings. Yeah, and that's why I got this one. And I have another one here too. It's got a very interesting style to it. It's called manga, but I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. But they're kind of neat. It's more of a kid's book, I guess, but it's a lot of like blocky detail in here that you can kind of color in. You can do all kinds of different color schemes and stuff. It's not bad artwork at all. It's interesting. It reminds me of some of the stuff that I used to see when I was a kid. But it's got some neat stuff in there. It's I just bought the coloring books to kind of like, I like coloring, but I don't always want to sit down and draw something and ink it for 2 hours and then color over that. But this I did while I was on vacation. And I was just messing around with gradients and stuff like that, And I did a little marker work in here that I didn't like how it came out, so I just kind of stopped there. But coloring books, I think if you're, I guess, say on my level, which is not that great, but it's not, I guess, not terrible either. I guess I could be an intermediate. I guess. Um, if you're trying to learn shading techniques and stuff like that, doing coloring like this can really help you out. And there are people on DeviantArt who'll do line work, and they'll post the line work up and they'll say, "Hey, color this. Show me what you come up with." And as you know, there are actually professionals that are better at drawing than they are at like shading, and there are some that are better at inking, and they'll collaborate with other people. So there's really nothing wrong with that either. Again, I really don't know what the heck I'm doing here. I'm just adding some shade here and there, just kind of throwing stuff. I've noticed myself saying that and doing that a lot lately, where I hardly ever have a plan. I just kind of go and do something, and I'll come up with something. I'll go, "Oh my God, I came up with that." So I don't know if it's like an autopilot thing or what the heck it is, but I have stuff on my whiteboard that I want to, get to working on. But other than that, I really don't usually have a plan. Just go do whatever, see if it comes out right. But I don't know. Coloring books, it was like even like when I first got out of high school, my friend and I would go to an art store. We would get, I showed these before. I'll see if I can dig them out again. There are these here, right? These Pentel color pens. But before that, you had a brand called Marvy, and the markers were very similar to these. They had a lot more colors. There were like hundreds and hundreds of different colors, and it was a professional. They were professional markers. These are close to professional. I wouldn't say they're quite professional, but the Marvies laid down a lot of good color and didn't do a whole lot of bleeding like the Pentels do. Although the Pentels are fine. And we would get manga books that had, well, the manga comics, I guess, Adam Warren stuff, and the stuff was in black and white. It was kind of like this stuff here. Maybe there was a little shading here and there, but it was mostly just like stuff like this, and similar paper to this too. You could actually color it. They were actual comics, but you could color them. And we would do that. We'd grab these Marvy markers and we would just start coloring stuff out, and we learned quite a bit just by doing that, just kind of messing around. You know, not going to school or anything, just kind of doing our thing and just coloring stuff in. My ex-wife would be like, "Oh my God, I need to sit there and like just color this stuff for like 3 hours." I was like, "I love doing it." It's like, you write your poetry, you know, that's cool. I couldn't sit there for 3 hours and write a book or write poetry, but I can do this, so, you know, it's the same kind of thing. Do what you like, and looking at this gun, I'm afraid I'm gonna go Lucas on it, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop that. I must diminish the effects of this, because I may have gone too far in a few places. Lucas memes. But see what else we got going on. I don't know. It keeps saying there's a whisper here, but I don't get it. Maybe I gotta click on this to kind of. Oh, that didn't work. It's still saying I got a whisper here, and now I'm just clicking on all of them. Yeah, that was weeks ago. That was last week. Why the heck does it keep? I shouldn't worry about that. I shouldn't worry about that. Okay, Gun Girl, I guess, is done. So, I guess what I could do. What time is it? Quarter to 1? Holy crap, when I start streaming, about 11:30 or so, 11:45? But, I guess I can show chats maybe some of the other stuff that I've drawn and whatnot, but, it's our, I can't see the screen. Here's our little gun girl. It's kind of cool. It's fun. I like how this came out. I love doing clothing. That's the more I look at the stuff and think about it, I do really good with clothing. Oh, maybe I should just design clothing. I've had people say that to me before. I've had people say all kinds of stuff like that to me. Like I'll do texturing makeups for some of my 3D girls to go, you should be a makeup artist. Oh, okay. Or, I like how you put all these pieces of clothing together. You should be a clothing designer. Okay. I make some little pieces of jewelry. You should be a jewelry maker. It's like, yeah, I should be a lot of things. I should be a lot of things. I only got 24 hours in a day, you know, and I work 8 to 9 hours of those 5 days a week just kind of doing my mechanic thing. So, um, okay, you gotta head off. Well, that's okay. That's all right. Um, you're leaving as I got done, so that actually worked out really cool. But feel free to follow me if you wish. Go right ahead. I'll follow you. Even if you don't stream, I'll follow you. I don't care. Um, I'm gonna move. Let's see here. Nice hanging out. I'll catch you later. It was very nice chatting with you. I appreciate that. Um, every person who pops into chat and we end up chatting, I appreciate it all because I got like nothing going on. you know. Um, but as the weeks go by, I know it takes time to build up an audience and stuff like that. I get discouraged, but considering where I came from, the Twitch thing, it's like I'm having a hard time getting people that I've known for years to kind of head over to Twitch and just watch. So some people don't. Some people, actually, a lot of people I know don't even know what Twitch is. And my brother was like, "What is that? A disease?" I was like, "Come on." My niece and nephew know what it is. Yeah, I think they were saying one time, it's like, "Hey, Uncle Billy's on Twitch." He goes, "What? Is that a disease?" Like, "No, Dad." It's so funny. And he's younger than me too. He doesn't know what Twitch is. That's funny. Even my roommate knows what Twitch is, but I don't know. I know people that don't know what it is. But let's see. I'm gonna walk over here, and I'm gonna grab my camera, and maybe I'll show you. I've done this before, but let's see if I do it again. Let's see if this doesn't get too wonky with the autofocus. But I just want to show you like this here. Let's see. See if I can get this. You see that? I got that at Comic-Con about a year ago. This guy was well, let's just say I got a table at Rhode Island last year, and this guy was like 2 tables to the right from me. And I bought like 3 of his prints. So that's like, I really like that. That's really cool. It's a lot of fun. But of course, if you go back a little bit, I have my own work down here, and there's a couple of paintings that a friend of mine did for me, and some more of my own stuff, and other drawing for somebody did, some street art, and down there I picked up at Comic-Con as well. But let's just set this up for the monitor again, and I'll just kind of wrap things up here. So bear with me. I hope I don't make anybody feel sick by moving this camera around. I should actually do this. I'll keep talking, but don't want to do drunk cam. You know what I'm saying? But Jared, again, thank you for stopping by. You're probably left by now, but I appreciate it, and I will check out your Instagram. Very cool stuff. Let's get this cam situated here. We'll go to this because well, it's OBS. Main cam. I gotta switch back to 960 by 720, and this is zoomed in. So bear with me. See that centered? That's it's actually centered. Let's see here. Save that. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That didn't take too long. It's on autofocus. I better shut that off, though. It's going to keep focusing, so turn that crap right off. It's going to keep going. Bloody hell. And let's see. I'll check Twitch. Let's see what's going on with Twitch. Check OBS. 724 drop frames. Still don't know where drop frames are coming from. Not been bumped off. It keeps saying excellent. I don't know where the drop frames are coming from. I should probably just stop obsessing with it. I should just stop. Stop obsessing. Hour and a half. Okay. Go ahead and hide the preview. And it's kind of too bad that Jared had to go because I kind of wanted to show him what I was doing in 3D, but that's okay. If there's anybody else here and they want to pipe up, just go right ahead and say hi. I'll show you all. I should show off what I did last night, the commission that I did last night. That's what I should do. Right here. So if you take a look at this girl here, and I said earlier that her look is based on a very famous cosplayer, you could kind of put two and two together and figure out who it is. So that's her. I got paid for this, guys. It's fun. It's not a lot, but get paid for it. So I did that last night. And I posted this last night. And later on tonight, I'm going to post my official Halloween rendering. And what else was there? I don't have... Yeah, I could call that up real quick. Kind of hate to leave when there's actually people in here, you know. But the coloring's done. I finished the coloring, so I completed my objective, and I was very successful. I'm happy. I wasn't expecting anybody to come in. I got a host, and I got to talk with somebody for like an hour. That was really awesome. It's really cool. I got Jared's Instagram written down. I should probably send her this. Configure. Let's go the other way. Get to see more of my bed, I guess. Now let's move back a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. No, I would not like to save because I did not change anything. That's kind of silly why it does that. It's going to be probably this one right here. So give that a couple minutes. Before I choke to death, I'll have some Skittles here. So I'm kind of thirsty. Hold on. Wait for that to resolve. I don't know why it does that. But that's Nina. You can check out my last VOD on the GIMP work that I did for this makeup. If I feel ambitious enough, I'll render this later tonight, but I think I really should just like kind of take a break. So I've done a lot of 3D work past couple of weeks and really don't want to get burned out on it, so. That's texture work I did. So you can check out the VOD, and you know, there were a lot of pauses in it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to upload that to YouTube or not. I'm not sure. So I reviewed it last night, and there are a lot of instances where I would go like on a rant for 10 minutes or something and then get back to this. It's like there really wasn't any flow to it. So I've been thinking about doing just a GIMP texture thing that's like YouTube friendly, where I just kind of pop on, kind of talk about what I'm doing, go through this stuff, not really talk to chat, I guess. But what I could do with that is just do local recording and then just upload it to YouTube instead of doing a Twitch thing. Because the Twitch thing, the idea about the Twitch thing is talking to people, so I don't want to hop onto a Twitch stream and say, I can't talk to anybody, I'm doing YouTube video. That's just, you know, it's being a D-bag, I think. So, let's see, that's about it. That's about it. I'm thinking about a stream sometime this week about my prep for this. It's November 20th. It's on a Sunday. I should make an event and do a couple other things. Work that out on social media so that I can get locals to come and see me. It's in Claremont, Florida. It's a couple towns over from where I live, so like a 7-hour thing on a Sunday at I think the Performing Arts Center. But I'll have a table there. Excited about that. Hopefully I'll sell some prints. But yeah, that's about it. That's really about it. So let's check Twitch one more time. There's a couple of people in here. Probably have a lurker. So whoever's lurking, I do appreciate you stopping by. Oh, there's two. I don't want to call anybody out. I'll put it that way. If you want to speak, go ahead and speak. I'm not gonna call you guys out. I know it can be annoying. Sometimes you want to lurk, so. But yep. If you're not subscribed or whatever, I'm not a sub. I'm not partnered yet. I wouldn't mind. I need a lot more viewers for that. That Bill, that really is it, isn't it? It really is. I think I'll go watch some Ruminations and maybe play some games or something. I haven't been on WoW in a couple days. Oh yeah, WoW. Play WoW. Yeah, I play WoW. Or something else. Maybe I'll play on the emulator. But color stream is done. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'll go check out Jared's stuff. Really cool stuff. But yeah, that's about it. So say bye to Luna. Keep forgetting this is not mirrored. This is like, there's my right hand that's on the left hand of the screen. It's weird. But yep, that's about it. So next stream, probably Thursday, and I'll probably just do something about the con. Maybe I'll have like my setup kind of worked out on the desk or something. I'm not really sure yet. But that's what I was thinking of, because I really got to get that ball rolling. You know, it's coming up in a few weeks, and I want to be prepared for that. I don't want to show up and go, oh my god, I need this, and I need that, and I forgot this, and I got, you know. But yeah, with that, let's leave a roo here. I love that emote. It's my new favorite. It's even better than this one. Ming Lee. Alright. That's it, guys. See y'all.